Hello,
Hello.
I'm here today with my mum. I thought it would be fun to just share our recent trip to Amsterdam and other, mostly knitting my mum does, projects we've been up to. Mine are a bit of knitting, bit of crochet, and mum's are all knitting. But we went to Stephen and Penelope. We have our goodie bags. This is going to make a rusty noise, so I'm going to tip it immediately. There, ditch that. So the thing I really wanted to buy was a skein of Tandem by West Knits. This is 100% superwash merino and it's lovely. It's in this gorgeous colour, Dijon. So it's kind of a mustard olivey colour. Yeah. What was the main thing you bought?
Oh, ta-da. It's an amazing book. I've got a daughter who's going, oh, wow, 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 wow. Just wait until my grandchildren see it.
Yeah, you've been a big Stephen West fan for a while. You've got your...
I've got my badges. Yes, his knitting, his patterns are just mouth-watering. Mouth-watering is what I call them, especially brioche.
This one your friend Fiona made, right? This one,
my friend Fiona, who knew I was going to Amsterdam, said she made the badge for me to take. Just the business.
Yep, and we stood in the rain outside Stephen and Penelope, took a quick selfie and showed off your badge. And yeah, it was so good to get out the rain and into there, wasn't it? Because it wasn't the best first day in Amsterdam. No. You know, when you're somewhere new and you've got your hood up, or first we had umbrellas, but they were the ones we brought from home anyway. Occasionally the wind would get them and all the rain just seemed to tip on you and we got a bit wet. Fortunately the hotel hired umbrellas and that one was more of a golf umbrella, so that was better. So yes, Stephen and Penelope. It was really cool. I've got a few photos on Instagram. I think I did a reel actually. I put it on YouTube as well as a short, so there's a wee clip there just showing more of the shop. One of the indie dyers I wanted a skein from was Prue Yarns, which stands for Punk Rock Unicorn. Punk Rock Unicorn, who I'd heard of from Claudia, who's Sunbird Crochet on here, and some other crafters as well. And I was really after just a fab skein of sock yarn for making some socks actually. And this one is 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon, so it's a slightly higher wool count. I haven't done this yet, opened it. Let's see. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Lovely twists and turns. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
I think I'm going to knit. It will knit up beautifully.
Love the hand dyeing.
Yep, excited for that one. And then there were a few things we both bought, weren't there?
Yes, but I think you've got them all.
Because we got doubles.
doubles.
Some things were on buy one get one half price. So we got a set of these each, little notions nests. I do have it with me. I built one up, so it builds up kind of like this. It's just felt and it slots together.
And things stabilise inside. They don't. If you drop something in, it won't ping out.
I quite like it.
Yeah, lovely.
And I've got another two that I will probably give away. And we both got one of these markers.
Because sometimes the numbers of the pins vanish over time.
Yeah.
And you need an accurate stitch needle gauge.
Yes. You've got some old-fashioned ones,
some
and they give you varying results, don't they?
Fit two sizes in one, so no good.
Doesn't make sense. Oh, and I did buy another skein, which was actually a mini skein, and I worked it up that night in the hotel bar. I wound it immediately, and this is a skein of Walk hand-dyed yarn. So it was just a 20-gram mini skein, and this is going to be for my Battenberg blanket. More of which in a little bit. There, have we got anything else to say about Stephen and Penelope? Other than go, if you've got the chance?
No, I did nearly buy some other books, but I think I've got plenty to keep me going. Yes.
Did you show off the cloth bag?
Oh,
because if you spent €100,
and we were building up to €100, and we went well past €100. We could almost have got two bags if we thought about it. But anyway, we do have a bag, and it's a lovely cloth bag. I do like a cloth bag. especially for small knittings.
Yeah, they're always good, aren't they? I've got the paper one, which I'll probably ditch. But I want to keep everything in it for the podcast.
Yes, but you also gave me one of your cloth bags, so maybe I will let you have the Stephen one. Because I've got the badges.
You've got the badges. Well, we can have fisticuffs for that one later, yeah. So my mum has brought along a few of her finished projects just to give you a taste of the kind of things she likes to make.
All right, I'm talking about my favourite designer. He has quite a few things with what he calls painted bricks. And my husband had seen me knitting a pair of painted brick socks for Marta and said, can you knit me a pair of painted bricks kilt socks? So there they are. So I had to alter the design because kilt socks are shaped socks, especially for shapely calves. So he just loves them and wears them when he's prancing around in Italy.
You need to show off the calf shaping. If you hold
did.
one, I think you'll get more of an idea.
Yeah. Can you
Maybe.
see? Sorry. Right. Can you see
hold it there.
Yes.
See how it's much
It's wider.
wider here.
Yes.
So you had to do that maths and work that out.
I had to work it all out.
Increases, decreases.
And I think the edging down the back where I have changed rows looks quite good. It looks almost like it's a little bit of a seam.
Although you learned in the sock cal, didn't you?
Yes, a better way of doing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're always learning.
We are. I've forgotten how to do it. I would have to look it up again, like many things. But you know it's there. If you know it's there, it's easy to follow
YouTube's
it
always
up.
your friend. Isn't it?
YouTube's my friend. Yes, and the other thing I knitted, it wasn't a Stephen West, but I learned brioche knitting from Stephen West, and I designed this brioche scarf. I'm not sure how it's showing for you,
No,
for
that's better.
for Marta, and it is. It's not only reversible; it's a mirror. It's a mirror pattern.
It's really clever, isn't it?
Which I found quite clever, and I like to make things complicated when I'm knitting them because it's good for my brain. The food for my brain is knitting, especially brioche, and this is lovely merino, silky merino, beautiful.
Lovely. And in case you're wondering, everyone on the Polish side of my family does call me Marta, which my mum keeps referring to me as, and I always refer to myself as Marta, so
Same person.
it is the same person. But I love this. You made it for me.
I made it for you and
Yeah.
designed it for you. I'd forgotten all about it
Yeah.
because I don't keep things that I knit. I don't have anything myself. I knit to
lovely.
give it away, which is lovely.
Put it on for a minute. Although it's actually really warm. I've got no heating on, but the
Sun shining.
it's just coming in those windows over there, and it's November the 9th. It's not been that cold yet, has it really?
No.
Maybe a slight frost this morning, but it's not really been cold at all. Right, both our next things are the same colour.
Not quite.
Almost.
Almost
It's not
the
the
same.
same yarn, but it's so similar.
So similar.
You can go first because you're on a roll.
Or I'm on a roll. I saw this shawl in this book here of 52 shawls.
52 weeks of shawls.
52 weeks of shawls, and we have the 52 weeks of socks, don't we?
You do.
And I bought this book in Stonehaven.
Yeah, in Ba in Stonehaven.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
lovely lady.
I'd
in that
seen
shop.
one of the patterns online. So anyway, so this is the one I have knitted for Marta. As I said, I don't keep
Is it
things.
mine?
Oh no, I've kept that one. kind of, because sometimes I get chilly knees.
Oh, you kind of kept
So
it.
I've kind of kept it, but it doesn't
It is
mean I will
gorgeous.
always keep it, but because it is lovely.
So is
it's
that
lovely.
brioche?
That is brioche.
In single
but
colour?
It's in single colour, because brioche doesn't need to be in two colours.
No.
I can't remember the name of this particular stitching where you've got
It's lovely.
the big increases. So it's garter stitch plus brioche.
Beautiful. We'll
so-
hold it for a moment. We'll just
Right,
cover ourselves
cover
up.
Yes, and that was fun to knit. Yes.
Feels lovely. Did you see this was Shackenmere?
Jacquemere. Pure merino. Yes.
Is it 4-ply or
double knitting. I was getting rid of my big stash, which some of you may have seen on my kitchen table. So it's hardly diminished because I keep buying more wool to knit for grandchildren and children.
Yep. So mine is from your stash.
Yes.
And this is, it's now joined.
Oh, good.
And this is the front and the back panel for the Kylo sweater from Murit 5. If you give me a moment, I should have had it marked, but I do not. Here we go. Kylo in Murit 5. This was the one that made me go, I definitely need Murit 5. It's a pattern by Smitha Krista. And I've shut the page, but I'm trying to think. I'm not using the I did find it easy, but I'm actually wanting the pattern page. It should be in the Fibre Company Cumbria Worsted Masham Mohair Merino combo. But because I was stash busting, I have just gone for this Jenny Watson Merino from your stash. And just this morning, I finished the second seam down the side.
Oh, that's good. Yeah,
it's not too bad. It was a mattress stitch. I think because the stitch here is so pronounced, it was quite hard to blend it because I've done much neater mattress stitching on other things. However, I think the cables are going to be the thing that you're going to look at, so nobody's really going to notice that bit under the arms. So I'm not too... One side's better than the other, can't remember which. I'm not too worried about it. So I just have the sleeves, which you just pick up around here. I don't want to give too much away about the pattern, and I have the neck to do. But I tried it on this morning, fits beautifully. The only other than the yarn substitution, I've added 2 cables in length. I just felt it was a bit short for me. And I just want it to cover my whole tummy and be cosy. There's no point having a jumper and having a gap between your jumper and your trousers. So I added 2 repeats, basically. 2 more of these lovely chains. Isn't it fab? Really, really like this design. Totally recommend it. And hopefully I will whistle through the sleeves and be wearing it soon. Doubt by the next podcast, but you never know. I'm going to take this off. I am too warm. Right. What shall we move on to? We'll have a look.
I brought my knitting with me. As I said, I give all my knitting away, and I apart from that shawl. My problem is actually that if I wear wool next to my skin, I get awfully itchy. But anyway, I am knitting this shawl for the granddaughter of someone I used to babysit for. I think I've got that right. Yes. And I haven't met her, but she has a baby due in January. So I'm knitting the shawl in, what wool was that? I'll find out just for a minute. It's extremely fine. I don't think it will go through a knitting needle.
A wedding ring.
A wedding ring. I'll go through a knitting needle. A wedding ring. And I bought the wool for this in the Scottish Wool Fair. Which I went there.
Scottish Yarn Fest.
Yarn Fest. I'm new to all this technology. Right. So this wool here is by Debonair, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, 10% cashmere, and it's hand dyed.
Or natural.
Natural.
I would say that's a natural.
I think it's natural, yes, because there's shading in it as if it's natural. And really, I think I could almost wear that next to my skin. And it's extremely fine, and I will only use 90 grams.
Because you're almost done, and we weighed it, didn't we?
We weighed it. I'm almost done. I've got it on 1 pin now to go finish the edging.
Can you remember who the pattern is by? Have you got it with you?
I've got the pattern with me.
Because people like to know.
People like to know. It's an heirloom shawl by Mrs. Rose Designs. I bought the pattern on Ravelry. I've got it all scrappy with all my notations and things on it because knitting a chart normally when you knit a chart, sometimes in a chart, you can look at it and you always start on the right-hand side. But sometimes you knit one row on the right-hand side and one row you're knitting from the left. Well, my brain won't work knitting a chart from the left-hand side. So I had to rewrite it every other row so I could knit the chart from the right. And once I'd mastered it and almost remembered it, which I like to be able to learn the pattern, it was a lot easier. So I'm flying through now, flying through. Great. So 2 weeks' time, we'll have it finished and blocked, and maybe Marta will let you have a look.
On the podcast. Because it has been 3 weeks since my last podcast. I should have podcasted last week, but when I came back from Amsterdam, we took the ferry, we took the overnight ferry. And halfway through the day after I came back, I suddenly became a bit disorientated and everything was swaying up and down and I felt a bit nauseous, and that is still going on. So today is day 14. I've been back in touch with the GP, so we'll see what they say. We've got a system here at the moment they're trialling where you can put in an e-consult, so you can just type in what's up with you and then it's triaged at the other end, and so I'm hoping that works. Seems to be working for me. I've used it a few times. Anyway, that's by the by. I'm waiting to hear from them. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. And so yeah, last week I just did not feel up to podcasting. I'm slightly better. I think I'm better at managing it more than anything. So this week I thought, yeah, I'll manage to... Sorry, I've just tapped the tripod. This week I will manage to sit and put words together and record a podcast. So it's been 3 weeks, so it might seem like I've done a lot. Because I think on my last podcast when I showed this, I had finished this side, or maybe not even finished that side.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've done the whole
Back.
of that in 3 weeks. It was quite good to work on when I wasn't feeling too good because it's a 2-row repeat, so I was just back and forward. That was nice. Have you got anything else to show with you, or is that you?
No,
that is you.
That's me, yes, because I unlike Marta, I only knit one thing at a time.
I like to have lots of projects. Well, at the moment, the other thing that's happened in the last few weeks is our middle son has moved back home, so that's why this sofa is now in our front room. It does fit. It's cramped in here a little. So I've lost my craft space, so I'm trying to cut back on my number of whips because I don't have the space to have them all out. So at the moment I'm really working on 3 things. I have shown you just one. So I've got another 2 things to go. Is that okay?
Oh, good, yes.
You could work on your knitting if you like. And just nod and
I
smile.
like to sit with my feet up when I'm doing my knitting.
Oh, okay. Right, so I'm going to show you the Battenberg because I have done loads on this. See, last week when I really felt rubbish, I got rows and rows done on this. Oh, you can help me hold it this week.
Yes, certainly. Oh, it's heavy.
It's getting heavy.
Haha.
So now I have 2 sides, an L shape. I don't like talking when I'm behind it because it comes out muffled. So I've got an L shape that is... Here is the kind of the V in the middle, and then it goes all the way down here. So I have 2 sides of the blanket. So I'm in a, let's go like, maybe, like that. So I'm doing this L, and these rows are getting shorter and shorter until I'm finished.
Good.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
So now, at one point I had only on one side, it was this wide on one side, and I just began with a big long thin strip up here.
And
so
you're now filling it in.
Now it's the same on both sides of the
L.
however we're doing it. L.
L.
L. It's an upside down L. So yeah, I'm working across on both sides, and it's going to get faster and faster, which is why I chose that way of working, rather than just keeping on going in long rows and the rows being the same length.
It's lovely and soft.
It's mostly 75% wool, 25% nylon. Some of it's 80-20, some of it is 100% wool. Here's one of the ones from Amsterdam. Yeah.
That's the Perth one, is it?
Yes, but after Perth. So I bought that because I bumped into Ammo yarn in Perth. Here's one my friend Fiona gave me in Perth. Yeah, So there's just all sorts of little memories and things tucked into this one.
That feels exceptionally soft.
Oh, that's some that's some 2-ply alpaca silk, I think, from you that I've doubled.
Right, okay.
That's why it's nice and soft. So some of that's mixed in, and as long as I treat it, the whole thing, as it's delicate, as it's pure wool, it'll be fine. It's not going to...
You're not putting it in the washing machine.
No, it won't be getting felted. I will treat the whole thing as super delicate, and it'll be good.
Good.
So I'm hoping to finish this one sometime in the new year, I think. Maybe by the end of the winter, possibly.
Definitely.
This one's 2-ply doubled from you as well.
From me?
Yep. Grey.
Oh,
It's
that
a
sounds
scarf
familiar
you made
now.
me.
Oh yes, I remember that scarf. Yeah, quite like that. Was an interesting one to knit.
I could probably go and grab it.
Can
And then
you?
you'd have something else to talk about.
Right.
I will. I'll finish through my Battenberg. I have topped up my box of squares. Always feel nice when this is topped. Don't know what I'll do when I'm done with them.
With the box.
Oh, with the squares, I like them all. So I've done a few, and I don't no idea what the square count is on it. I do remember I need 1,369.
Yeah, she mentioned it a few weeks ago. What the
So I don't know
story
where.
was.
I'm going to count it at the end of the year and see where I'm at on the 31st, because I began it on the 2nd or 3rd of January.
And have you got enough for yellow?
I think so. I ordered 14 balls of yellow paint box yarns, sock wool from Lovecrafts. That's what the yellow is, and I think I'm okay. I think I needed 12 or something, and I thought if I go 14, because it'll be a year, the dye lot will all change, so I ordered a couple of extras knowing I could.
And they might not make that one colour any longer.
Oh no, they
that's
might
the
even
other
discontinue
problem.
it in a year, you know, it's
That would be a real headache, wouldn't it?
a bit of a, yeah.
But you could have a different coloured border.
I
push
could
comes to
change up
shove.
the border.
You could if you were stuck.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
But
I'm
you're
going to
going to be
border it
all right.
yet, but I'm here. Here's one of the corners. Yep. So if you're interested in Battenberg blanket, there is a lovely group online run by Die Buurvrouw and Independence Yarn Crafts, and if you catch them either here on YouTube or on Instagram and ask them to join the group, you can be added, because it's a really lovely supportive group. And it's running for 2 years, so we're almost at the end of year 1, and it's a 2-year make along. A couple of people are knitting it, most people are crocheting it. So I also have a knitting project on the go, and this is a sweet pattern by From Devon with Love. I can read it off the back. Lost my couldn't remember for a minute, and it's the Hello Autumn Socks.
Looks very Christmassy.
Christmassy, autumny as well, isn't it? Kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's wintry.
It almost looks as if it's Christmas bubble in the picture.
Yeah. So I was lucky to win this one in a giveaway by From Devon with Love, and I won a £25 voucher for their Etsy shop, and I added in just an extra £7, and I was able to buy this kit. And let's flip it the right way around. Here I am so far on the sock, and I've done my first shadow wrap heel.
Oh, shadow wrap.
Shadow wrap. I've never done this kind of heel.
That's a wrap and turning.
Yeah, short rows.
Yes,
And turning.
that makes it more interesting.
Yeah. I followed Earth Tones Girls tutorial on YouTube, on the YouTube, for that, which was really good. It was a lovely slow tutorial taking you through all the steps. And the pattern is by From Devon with Love. The yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners, and I am using my little needles from Leica Driftwood needles, 2.25mm needles, because I know I'm slightly looser rather. So yeah, I think the pattern calls for 2.5s. I'm using 2.25s. There's not much difference in that anyway.
No.
But yeah, enjoying this one. And I did dive across the room and I grabbed that shawl we were talking about.
Yes, because we noticed some of the wool.
I found one.
With some of the colours. Yes, I'd forgotten about that.
Is the purple and the grey
Yeah.
held double.
Yes, I knitted
Doesn't
this
it look
out
different? Crocheted
different.
compared with knitting.
Yeah,
That's the same.
Oh, that's single.
But that's, yeah, it's
yes,
single
you're
and it's
doubling. Yes.
It looks paler, doesn't it? And that looks dark.
Yeah, this is just, it's garter stitch there in 2-ply. And then, and we had short rows here. Remember we were talking about short rows?
Oh, yeah.
You can see how they work there. And that's the first time I'd ever done short rows. And I just couldn't
Get your head around
I couldn't
it.
get my head around it, and especially as we were only working with the one hole all the time. I thought, no, that hole's going to be far too big, so I did alter the pattern, and it worked out. My pattern anyway worked out quite well. So this shawl Marta wears a lot in the winter time, and she just wraps it round and round and round.
Because I've actually
got to.
I do actually. I noticed when I pulled it out of the drawer, I went, "Oh, don't hate me."
No,
but
it doesn't.
With it.
But you're going to put it around your neck just
so
now.
yeah, I just put
does.
it on. I tend to hide that at the back, and then just. I think it's 4 times around. Yeah. Yeah.
And you can really see all the colours and the patterns working. Yes.
It is the cosiest because I think the 2-ply traps the heat and all these little pockets. And
I do like working with fine wool.
Too warm today. I'm going to take it right off. So to finish, I just have a few things that have arrived in the post. First of all, from Loop in London. I'm going to tip these. I have 5. I chose Loop because they have loads of colours in this range. So I know other places do sell the Lang Yarns Jawohl. Never sure how to pronounce it. I must find out before I come online one day.
German, Jawohl, probably.
Jawohl.
Maybe.
Unless it's Scandinavian. I really don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. It's made in Italy, but yeah, I don't know where the company are actually based. Must find out. Note to self. So I ordered, these two are pretty standard colours. And then I think this one is Spring Onion. I don't know if the colours say on them or if they're just numbers. It's just numbers. This one's a dusty pink. Gorgeous. And
yes, I like colours that have names as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes the names are just given them by other websites actually. But I'm going to make another pair of these. These are the Christmas Pood Mitts by Stone Knits. And I made these for myself in January. And ta-da! Haven't worn them yet. I cannot wait. 1st of December, they're going to go on. So I'm going to make those for my friend Gwen. Because she loved those and I said I would make her a pair for... She's Boxing Day birthday. So I'm going to make them for her. Either for Christmas or birthday, one or the other. So that is going to be next as soon as I finished the socks. And the other thing I got were these stickers. You know how I love stickers. These are from John Arbon Textiles. And I asked my lovely middle sister, Amy, to pick them up because she lives right by the Woolly Brew in Pittenweem. So I'd seen on their newsletter that these had come in from John Arbon Textiles. I'm going to see if I can bring it in, but without the glare. Yeah, there.
Take it out of the bag.
Well, if I take it out of the bag, it'll make that horrible
noise.
It's just really bugging. There you go. So they're really cute. There are 3 sheets, different designs. Oh, maybe I'm going to have to... I'll do it really quickly. And I could even silence it for a moment. They are different. They are different. I hadn't opened them. I had just thought it was 3 sheets.
3 the same.
All the same, but that is well worth it. I think they were £6.50 in that shop. £6.50. So a couple of pounds for a sheet. I was okay with that, and I'm going to put these in my yarn journal.
Oh, good.
They feel
Decorations.
lovely. They feel lovely. And I'm happy to support the Woolly Brew and John Arbon Textiles, although my sister refused the payment for them. She said I could have.
Lucky.
That was really kind. Thank you, Amy. There. That's us. Anything else you want to add?
No, thank you. Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
I hope you've enjoyed having my mum with me today. Let me know if we should have her back. I think it could be fun. I think it could be.
Mother and daughter?
Yeah. Maybe when you're on your next project, we'll get you back to chat about that. What is your next project?
Something from the book that I've got.
But you're not sure which.
I think I'm making, I don't know how to say, a penguiny.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
So
They do look good.
why they're called penguinies, I'm not sure. But, interesting, because it's not just knitted up and down, it's a patchwork knit.
With little tight sleeves.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Well, not too tight, but
No.
tighter sleeves compared with the bagginess of the body. It's
Yeah.
really nice to see. Okay. Well, we look forward to that. I'm going to carry on with these. I'm definitely going to get something finished before I start anything, even though I'm really tempted to start all the things. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment below what you've been working on as you've been viewing along. Okay. Bye everyone. Bye-bye.